Welcome once again to Adventure Awaits. We are on session 10. Uh,
We made it.
Yay! The game hasn't died yet. Previously, you had discovered. Again, jeez, a little gassy. You had discovered a false Hydra lurking beneath the city of Realm, and had descended into the sewers to hunt it down and eliminate it before it ate any more of the populace or any more of your party members. Uh, we rejoin the party, having just finished slaying the beast. This is where you guys do things.
Sorry, I had a thing pop up on Roll20 talking about graphics hardware notification, and I'm trying to look at it like, what? Anyway.
I had brought Kaji, obviously, over, who is unconscious, to,
Genevieve.
yes, and I now will lay down, without dropping, I will lay down Kaji in front of Genevieve and be like, hey, Kaji's pretty banged up. Can you get him some healing ASAP?
Did I not?
I thought she had already been healed.
Yeah,
I
thought
don't
did
recall
heal
that.
him.
I do not
We'd
recall
already gone through and looted stuff out of here
Yeah.
too.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well,
Yeah,
okay.
you guys had done a quick pick through of the stuff down here. There is a loot list posted.
Ooh.
Oh, yay.
Is coral mace the color, or is it literally covered in coral?
The mace head is made out of coral.
Question. Out of game, can we not ask questions about it right now and take it elsewhere? Whoever's gonna carry this stuff, I guess.
No, we're
None of you are
yeah,
in
no, we're
particular danger right now, so.
I just didn't know if we. Well, I want to find out what's going on the surface, I guess. Make sure everyone's okay up there. I don't know. That's in game.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying let's go through this list now. I opened the list and saw that at the top. I was like, ooh, what is that?
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'd like
No,
to
we're-
go
we're
ahead. Yeah.
we're stowing all that away for now and going to head up top to try and check in on the people.
Any objections from Seth or Kaji or Big John?
Not at this time.
Nope.
Kaji is
We're all good.
quite happy to get out of this place.
Time to get out of this place.
Okay.
So I lead our way back out.
You return back to the surface. As you pass various spots where you'd seen spots of flowers growing, they have wilted and are dying. Eventually you surface from the cloying stench and honestly rather sticky humidity of the sewer into the refreshing light drizzle of the outside world, washing the stench off of you.
All right. Oh, by the gods, we've actually made it out of that alive.
Low roll of thunder in the distance.
Okay, I'm looking at. All right, let's head back to where we've been staying, stow this stuff, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. We need to let the guard captain know that it's been dealt with. We need to let. There's a pause. Narshim, right? Narshim, know that it's been dealt with. Kaji, I know you had your one ally, associate, whatever. If you want to go and let them know that the beast has been felled. Again, I would advise that we try and travel in pairs. So as we can tell it's dead, considering the flowers, but caution, I think, is definitely a byword here.
So up here, you do see the various growths of flowers have wilted a little bit, but not completely like they did below ground.
Well, they're in actual sunlight and water and all that, so yeah, probably helps.
Could be. All right, Kaji just nods, about needing to go speak again, and gestures at Vaughn. Vaughn's the one who accompanied her last time.
And I follow Kaji.
Genevieve, you and I should go. I suppose should go speak with the guard captain since we were the ones who spoke with the guards last. And Skiffley and Charlotte, two of you would let Narshim know that the beast is handled so far as we know, but we should remain cautious for the time being. After that, once I'm going to go, I do want to go drop this stuff off with the loot.
Okay.
And then after that, I think we should go to the one, I can't think of the name of the place, Justin, but where the other adventurers had been staying.
Sleeping Dog Inn?
Yeah, go to then we'll all meet at the Sleeping Dog Inn because they were the ones who'd found it apparently. And I don't know about you, but I want to go make sure that there's nothing making another one.
I was gonna kind of piggyback on that, Jim. Justin, for you, GM, I don't really recall necessarily because of my head injury, but how big is this town?
It is.
Approximately.
So it has probably around. I'd have to look up population sizes. It is a large town, probably just shy of being a city.
So if I were to walk from one end to the other, how long would it take me?
Depending on exact roads you use to get there, it could take you over an hour.
Well, Skiffley, are you okay with that? Should we check anywhere to make sure people are okay, like major places or anything like that? Or do you have something else you'd like to do, and then we can do that?
No, I'm cool with doing that. We can go and try to figure, not figure, but like look for, see how badly this thing affected everybody, kind of thing.
So we're okay. So my articulation is we're gonna go to, I guess would be major ends, and then anywhere where people technically gather, which would be, I guess, out like maybe is there like a square of any
Give me a
place?
perception check.
Okay, cool. It is. I hit the button. Just don't hit the button. Button. All right, don't fail me now. Probably will, but let's see what happens. Okay, 15. Could be better, could be worse.
Okay. So you're looking around and you don't see anybody. Despite
Okay.
the rain, you would still expect to see some people out on the streets. You
Yeah,
don't see anyone.
like this, and it's midday, correct?
Oh, I'd have to go back and check. Yeah, I think it's like just before midday.
Okay. Well, yeah, there should generally stores are open. People should be out and walking around. Those are generally, especially in a large town. If it takes me a whole hour, I would suspect people would be out.
Mhm.
And this city has, I would assume, is a. Would you say this place is like a crossroad kind of place? Would you say that people generally like it's a lot of trade occurring or anything like that?
There is a fair amount of trade occurring. That's why a merchant lord is set up here. Yes.
Cool. Well, that's concerning. I'm not necessarily an investigator in this game by any means, but that's still kind of odd. It stands out common sense. Like, where are all the people at?
Do you say that out
I say we
loud?
go. I say
Yeah,
we go
I
knock
do
on
actually.
doors.
Okay, so you want to go? You do want to go door to door. You don't want to.
Cormag?
That would take us forever. I feel like.
Mag and I kind of told everybody to get off the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it takes a
We
whole
were.
hour to get across town, though. He just said.
Who just said?
Justin said it literally would take. So if you were to walk from one end to the other, it would take a whole hour. So therefore, it's a rather large town. So there's no way you could have possibly told everyone that.
No, he
No, but
said
we told the guards.
Oh, well, yeah, it could have. I don't know. I guess on depending on how urgent it was, they could have definitely by now probably got everyone inside. That makes
Or,
sense. That's
you know,
more.
at least this immediate area, since this is where we were immediately telling people to, to get inside. There's a monster.
So you're telling me not to suspect anything at
I
all.
mean, if you want to, you can, but I don't see anything unusual right now.
Well, yeah, you don't see anything unusual because you don't see anything.
Which is
But
exactly what I asked to happen.
and it's midday.
Okay.
Uh, well, I agree with. I hate to go against you here, Genevieve. Um, I'm kind of like, that just seems weird to me. Like, I'm still genuinely concerned. I tell Skiffley, I understand you want to check smaller, homes and stuff. I'd rather check the more major populous places though that have occurred.
I never said that I wanted to check minor homes. I said
Oh, okay,
let's
okay,
go
cool.
let's go
Road on,
knocking
right
on some
on.
of the doors and if we can find people, let them know that the threat has been dealt with and to not be so
Let's do
freaked
that
out.
then.
So
Okay, we're in
as
agreement.
you're all standing there, you do occasionally hear the ringing of a bell.
A ringing bell.
Yes.
Isn't that? Well, you get one of the more local people. What's that mean?
Okay,
But no,
it's
in
a
game, I'm
disturb-
like,
Go ahead.
no, I'm like, I'm looking around too. Obviously we all hear it, and I'm like, out of game. Fuck, meta knowledge versus character knowledge.
Well, the problem I have right now is the person who is actively from this city isn't actually here to play their character. Also, they fail every wisdom check I asked them for.
Kaji from the city.
Yes, Kaji has actively lived in this city for
Yep.
years.
Hmm.
On the other hand, Charlotte, you're not from here, but you did live in the general area of the borders. Genevieve, I'm not sure exactly where you live. So.
Yes.
Anyway, Charlotte, if you would like
Yeah.
to make a wisdom check.
I would.
Okay.
So I'll make a wisdom. Just a base wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And roll. Okay. Okay, not bad. 27.
All right. Yeah, that's plenty. Dear Lord. How'd you get... You cannot have a 24. Or, How would you have a +7 on your wisdom?
I'm sorry, not a 27. I'm looking at the wrong one. I am so sorry. My bad. My eyes are deceiving me. Let me look again. Hold on. I am out of my fucking mind.
We've all been there.
Yes.
No, that's yeah. I was like, hold on a second. No, it's a 17. That's more like it. I was like, hold on a second. My eyes, because it's the modifier. Mine, I'm fucking
Okay.
having a moment here.
That's still plenty. So it's not the same as where you grew up, but the areas on the border tend to have some form of alarm to warn people if something has come out of the wild for them to take cover. That's probably what the bell is.
So, well, I share that insight with the party.
I would say, which would also probably explain why you're not seeing anybody.
Yep. So I share that insight.
Hey. Well then. Suppose that increases the importance of us needing to go speak with the guard captain then, huh?
So everyone splits off into pairs.
We do.
Taji, you're going to see his benefactor.
So we'll cover that first. Go back to the same restaurant where it's closed and shuttered, but Kaji knocks in a particular pattern on the door, which is open, and two of you are quickly ushered inside before it is once again closed and barred. Kaji is led off into a side room, and you are invited to sit down at the bar and have a drink. Do you partake?
Yeah. I go sit down and talk to the barmaid or
So there's an actual
bar guy.
There's a bartender. Like it's so this is a higher class restaurant, not just a tavern. So they have somebody specifically for making drinks for people. That doesn't do a catch-all. They have the one specific job. But they are more than willing to talk to you. They're kind of curious as to what's going on out there. You do look around. It's pretty easy to make out that while it looks like most of the people here are, probably involved in whatever Kaji does, there are some people who looks like they were literally in here eating when the whole place went into lockdown.
So I look at the barkeep and just order whatever he suggests. whatever his
Well,
specialty is, I guess.
yeah, so you're looking for something to put some steel in your spine or help you relax?
Some ale.
Oh.
That's fine.
Kind of
Still
looks
need the wits about me.
kind of looks disappointed for a moment, then he shrugs and nods and pours you a glass of ale. Are you going to actually have conversation with anyone? Because if not, then you sip your ale and eventually Kaji comes back and you guys leave.
After we leave though, I give Kaji a sack of gold. Like, hey, thanks for all you've done for me in these past, month or so.
Yeah, he doesn't even participate.
So I yeah, kind of toss it at him. Thanks for her. Sorry.
Tosses it.
Okay. She's weighing it, trying to get a feel for how much is in there. How much did you just give her?
500.
That's very nice of you.
So she tucks it away first before she says anything. She's like, not that I'm one to turn down coin, but what's this for?
Well, when we're back in the gnomish village and you going out of your way to help get my bow enchanted, and you paying for everything that you helped out with this money that we were got from all that supplies.
Uh,
Just wanted to
You think-
thank you.
didn't Kaji get us in a predicament though?
Well, A, you're not there. B, technically no. Misunderstanding got you all in a predicament. But that's a whole different thing. Anyway, she accepts it. As I said, Kaji's not one to turn down coin. Alright, Cormag and... Was Cormag and Genevieve going back to the guards?
That's what I heard.
Alright. You arrive at the guardhouse. There are... as you get closer, you realize that the bell that is ringing... so it is not loud, but it seems to carry through any other noise.
Not for volume, but for distance
Yes,
or carrying ability.
to cut through
Yeah.
anything else. It's rung about once every 2 minutes. Guards on watch see you. Should have had dice out. Citizen, you should be under cover. There is a monster alert.
We are aware we were the ones who discovered the monster, and we believe it's been dealt with. We came to speak with your captain about it.
He looks a little confused. You believe?
We killed one, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of another. But caution, at least for a day or two, I think would be a wise decision. I kind of shrug.
So he's you hear him like pass a message inside without really being able to hear what he says.
I feel.
Wait a moment, door will be opened.
I nod my thanks.
You actually hear, even through the stonework, the clank of gears.
Mm-hmm.
Takes almost another 2 minutes. The door finally opens. You are quickly ushered inside. Taken to see the guard captain. One of the other guards hands you both a towel. Not like a big towel, but something to wipe your face and hands off with.
Yeah. Did we? I'm trying to recall. Did we meet with the captain before this?
No, you had not. The message had been passed to him.
Okay.
You didn't take the time to actually go and speak with him yourself. So he's sitting at a desk. Lots of paperwork out, scattered around right now. Piles of papers have been shuffled about. Looks like some have been knocked over. This is a guy who is, you would guess, has got the position more for his leadership ability than his actual fighting ability, because he's not young anymore.
Nothing wrong with that.
He looks up and he's like, "You're the adventurers?"
We are. I am Himura Cormag, or Cormag Himura in the ways of this land. This is my companion. I shrug. Usually I don't have a problem. Usually no problem with it, but... And this is my companion, Genevieve Goodwin.
What can you tell me?
Well, so... The beast was a... I'll be honest, so I describe it, pale, almost human faces on long necks. It seemed to have the ability to burrow very rapidly. And its saliva seemed to cause the growth of the forget-me-not flowers, which our main indication that we're taking that I'm taking that the threat is over is that all of the flowers down in the sewers where we fought it rotted and vanished after it died. Now as we were outside, there were still spots where they were wilted but not necessarily dead. But I'm willing to put that down to the fact that they're in actual soil and getting proper sunlight and so on. Not a magical expert, but that seems to me to make the most sense. I'm trying to think of what else I would mention. I do describe that it seemed to heal quickly, as one of them, our comrades, had shot it with an arrow, and it vanished did some brief burrowing, and where the arrow had been seemed to have gone. It was gone, which I would have thought meant that there were multiple, except if there had been, I feel that we would not be able to be standing here safely. I pause. Perhaps the most important detail, I apologize, I didn't actually think to mention it until this point, probably. Its main ability to cause it, that allowed it to be effectively invisible, was based in sound. While we were down there, we took precautions and used the wax of bees to plug our ears, and so it had no ability to be effectively invisible, which seemed to remove a great deal of its effectiveness as a threat. Not saying it was harmless, it was certainly still a hard fought battle, but it definitely seemed to be a little off center, however you wish to put it, based on the fact that we could see it and it was not used to having prey that could fight back.
According to this report, he pulls up a paper from his desk, looks at it, puts down, grabs a different paper. You had mentioned that it removed memories.
We have evidence that anyone eaten by the beast is removed from people's memories. The way that we discovered this was we had returned. We've been running. We're one of the groups working for
He waves
the Merchant Lord.
He waves it aside for a moment. He's like, we've found enough proof. He gestures to one stack of paper, which at a glance you can see is a list of names, and there's marks through certain names. At a guess, it's literally a list of the guards.
And they're going, I don't know this guy. Uh-oh. Yes, that was...
Any idea how long it's been in town, how many it consumed?
I can't say to the number. As for how long it's been in town, this is a wisdom check because I did read the letter, Justin, but it's been a busy day. 15? Guesstimating at least.
Less than a week.
Yeah, less than a week. Once my companions have finished informing other individuals who were involved, such as the Merchant Lord, and one of my other companions is speaking with an associate in town, we intend to investigate the group that first encountered it and hopefully trace their path and see if we can't find where it came from, and hopefully we'll find signs that there aren't any more of them.
By the gods, I hope not.
That's part of why I told your man that we believed the threat was over, but wasn't sure, because I shrug.
Very well. So he turns and gestures at one of the guards and tells him to go cancel the alert.
Unfortunately, while I would like to present you with proof of its demise, when it died, it rotted away almost within a matter of a minute or so, which implies some form of magical creation.
Well,
I mean, I I kind of shrug up. I mean, yes, magical creature, but
that will be a problem. However, I think in this instance we're just going to have to take your word for it. You're the only reason we even know about the creature. How many more of our people assumed before we something was wrong?
have my condolences for your lost men.
I will speak to the governor about this incident. I ask that you remain in town until you receive word from me, in case we need to speak with you all.
Very well then.
You have my thanks for your actions. We were equipped to deal with most monsters that occasionally come out of the Western Wild. Not been much of a threat in the last decade or so, but still we get the occasional roving thing. Something like this. Said. Swords and spears can do little about.
Indeed. We will. Our residence is at the brain. I give the name of our inn.
Yes. One of the places Lord Narshim had cleaned out and refurbished. Very well. Once again, I thank you for your assistance. Now, don't mean to be dismissive, but I have a lot of work to do to clean this up.
See that. Be with you.
Nods to the two of you and gestures for one of the guards to show you out. He goes back to work, looking over paperwork and giving orders to the other guards.
So actually, as we are walking out, I kind of turn to Genevieve. I'm like, I'm sorry. I actually look a little sheepish. I'm like, I'm sorry. I like I said, we're walking out, and I turn to her and I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I mean you pretty much covered it all.
Sorry,
Except
I
for,
know normally.
I mean, we'll give them some time to figure it out, but I mean, we should get paid for that, right?
I mean, this is as we're walking, as we're walking through the barracks. I'm like, I'm not sure how that'll work. That seems like the kind of thing that we should perhaps leave to our Narshim. Like there is the pause, and I just kind of shake my head. That's going to bug me for a while.
Yeah, you notice the block is not so difficult to push through anymore.
Because there's nothing enforcing it anymore.
Yep.
All right. I pause and I kind of chuckle. I'm like, I'll be honest, thought did occur to me as well, but given the current state of things, it didn't seem appropriate to bring it up.
Right, yeah. I mean, like I had that morbid thought in the back of my head, like, well, with all those names crossed out, that's a lot of pay that ain't got to go out to anybody else. But it didn't seem like the right time to bring that up.
There's a bark
Out
of
of game!
laughter.
Holy cow!
Yeah, there's a bark of laughter from Cormac, and yes, it's the dog joke. Haha. He's like, oh, well, I mean, I've thought of it quite that called a calculus.
Well, I mean, that's why I didn't say anything. I mean, it wasn't like I was like, hey, I mean, if Kaji was here, that definitely would have been said. But, it's just, that
I
voice in the back of
pause.
your head. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on both things. That Kaji might very well have said such a comment because, I get the feeling, I understand that the ways of the more southern lands are a little more little more callous, but she seems to lack even the basic social niceties that I expect from some of you.
Kaji, has clearly grown up in a troubled life. And I'm pretty sure this is her first honest work she's had ever. And between you and me, I think it would be our best interest to keep an eye on her. Because given the right payday to come along, I fully believe right now that she would betray us.
Her betraying us. I feel that that's a step too far, but can I see her being tempted? Perhaps. But
Maybe.
I shrug. Perhaps it's the optimist in me, but I like to think prefer to think the best of my comrades. Not a game. I feel like I've held to that. Let's face it, even when there was the whole "where is she," I was the one trying to argue that we might be mistaken about what was going on.
All right.
I mean, I try just
No, I understand your concerns. I'm not saying that you can't have them or that you'll necessarily have to be wrong, but I choose to, at least for now, hope believe in in our comrade. Should I be proven wrong, then I will. There's a pause. I would say gracefully accept it, but no, I will probably be in an absolute frothing rage.
All right. So finally, Charlotte and Skiffley head to the former Velcum Manor.
Mm-hmm.
So you arrive. His personal guard, or Narshim's personal guard, or whatever it happens to be now, are on high alert, but you are ushered quickly inside. Go to a smaller office where Narshim is sitting. Ah, welcome. You have news on this beast?
It's my understanding, before we get started into this, Skiffley, are you the diplomatic type or no? I don't really know too much about you just yet. Before we went in, I actually was curious about that. Would you describe yourself as good at talking to others? You said you wanted to go door to door, so I figured maybe you are diplomatic in some way. I'm good at talking to
Not
people.
No, I'm not typically diplomatic. I was just
Oh,
wanting to.
okay. I guess I'm taking point. Unless you
Yeah.
start talking, then I'll take point. So in game, yes. So I'm like, I'm a very cheerful person, and obviously I don't think I have all the stuff that was wiped off of me. Clearly, I probably look like I was been through a battle. Um, would you still describe me as that?
Well, walking here through the rain, most of the slime and stuff has been washed off of you, but yeah, you're still obviously have been through something today.
Yeah, so I'm probably a little worn out and tired, and I'm kind of like being Charlotte. Charlotte's, I wouldn't say diplomatic in nature, and this is my first real adventure with with anyone really. And I'm just like, hello, sir. Yes, what's this monster called again? Exactly.
You
I
don't
couldn't
know?
understand that. So I kind of describe it as this really ugly monster was taken care of that was growing these forget-me-nots everywhere. But we managed to take care of it. It scared me a little bit at first, but I managed to hold it off, and we took it down as a team. And currently, my other party members are checking on things to make sure people are okay and the town's okay. But yes, we have taken care of it.
Well, that's certainly good to
I
hear.
yeah, not at all. Yeah, no, I am not diplomat remotely. I'm very much like happy-go-lucky me.
I was a bit worried. I have not heard from you or your party in over a day,
Um,
nearly a day now.
would you, when do we? Do I need to do a wisdom check as to when we last talked to? Uh, was it this Velcum or is this Narshim? Is this Narshim?
You're talking to Narshim.
Yeah. So the last time how long ago? How like do I need to do wisdom as to when we last talked to Narshim?
You can give me a wisdom to try and get a more specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Wow, a 16.
Okay. That's not terribly difficult. So you had gone to see him when you found out you were missing a party member. He translated the letter for you.
I remember that.
You guys went down into the sewer, found the hole, went to the sewers, went hunting this thing, and then woke up the next day back in your own bed.
Okay, so that timeline does make sense.
Yeah, it has been almost 24 hours since he heard from you guys dealing with something that was eating memories. So he was a little concerned.
So obviously Narshim obviously looks concerned, and then I'm like, like I said, happy-go-lucky me, not necessarily, I'm not mean by any means, and I'm not like, I'm definitely rough around the edges for sure. So I kind of like pat are you right next to me, Skiffly, or are you like hanging somewhere else?
No, I'd be standing right next to you. I'm not gonna let
Cool.
you get hurt.
Cool. So I kind of like, I'm like, how do I say this? I happy-go-luckily say, yeah, thankfully, Skiffly was there, and I kind of pat you on the shoulder and just say how wonderful you are, and Genevieve's okay, and Cormag is okay, and you know Kaji and all them. They're, thanks to them, and also Vaughn, without them, I don't think I know where we could have gone with this, but luckily due to teamwork we managed, and I'm kind of like, yay. So that's me. I'm obviously very ill. That's Charlotte.
He adjusts a note, or he glances down at a note that he has to one side, and he's like, all 6 of you survived then. No more losses?
Not we all made it. Okay, yeah, all me, Skiffly, Kaji, Cormag.
Yes.
Yeah, we all made it. The whole team. Genevieve.
Excellent. I hope that the loss of this other member
We have
does
6 in our team. Yeah.
not hamper your group's efficiency. I have 2 of you left now.
Is anyone else having issues hearing Justin?
It's my Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment. Alright, sorry about that.
Good.
Charlotte had just... Excuse me. I've forgotten where we were because I've been fighting with this dang thing. You're talking to Narshim. He verified that all of you had survived this round, and he was hoping your efficiency did not lapse from missing a guy.
Correct. I think that I'm not, like I said, not really diplomatic. I think we did great. Missing a guy, and then I kind of look at my drow friend, Skiffly. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just glad that ugly thing's dead.
Mm-hmm. The ugly thing. And then you say that in game, right? You say the ugly thing's dead, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, and I'm like, yeah, the ugly thing is dead. It was pretty scary looking. And then we're doing okay though. And then I start to ramble on about how Genevieve's doing this and blah blah blah, and what everyone's doing. I trust everyone.
So there are a few times he tries to cut in, but you, with your teenage enthusiasm, just keep going because Genevieve's not there to rein you in, and she seems like the only person willing to do it.
Exactly.
You just roll right over top of him.
I steamroll.
Till eventually he says, claps his hands. Well, that sounds amazing. You all should get right to that. I'll have someone show you out.
And I'm like,
Uh,
go ahead.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
We getting paid for this?
Well, it's not really covered in our current contract, but I'll see what I can do to arrange a compensation, yes.
'Cause trust me, I would have loved to be able to kill it before it ate out of game. What is his name again? Or the guy who got eaten.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
the
we wouldn't
guy, the
remember
one
him,
dude.
wouldn't we? We wouldn't remember him because of that thing. So never mind.
You don't remember him, however, he did send you a note with the guy's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking
Oh,
through his
okay.
records. The handout is on the journal page.
I'm talking about I was gonna say the original merchant guy
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
that was
remember
that
him.
had hired us. You said we would not remember him,
No,
correct?
you remember him.
I
You
do?
guys, yes, every one of you passed your will saves.
Yeah. The one we had to make for that one time. I remember us having to make that will save too.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't seem like anybody else remembers him.
Okay. So then I wouldn't bring him up, but
I think that's why we had to make him go through his books and stuff like that. Yeah.
but I do say, although I wish we had been able to find out sooner and kill it before it ate so many people, at least it's dealt with now and no longer a threat.
I like it.
Indeed.
We are a ragtag.
Well, it sounds like the rest of your party will be waiting for you, so probably be on your way.
Okay, bye.
Congratulations, Ben. You have won through the power of inane chatter.
I'm like smiling and waving at you, like literally smizing at you, and then I walk away. Yeah, that's it. I'm escorted out.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Genevieve sent me here. What am I? Oh, Cormac sent me here. What am I to say?
Cormac and Genevieve, you arrive at the Sleeping Dog first, although Vaughn and Kaji are not far behind. Kaji has no interest in standing around, so she quickly opens the door and goes inside.
Going to go in anyway.
Yeah.
It's like we said to meet here, so if I'll be honest, I at this point I'm trying to remember. We've done a basic run through before, but as I recall, we'd basically not been focusing on too much. Oh, excuse me. on what we'd found. We mainly looked for anything magical, for any clues to what the beastie was. So, whoa. Doing at this point, like, all right, let's do another sweep. No,
Guys have done a
actually,
pretty thorough sweep, actually.
well, I mean, actually get all the stuff, you know. Game, are we taking all these people's belongings? Yes, yes, we are. Welcome. Like, I'm not like if I find something that has like a family crest on it, I'd be like, oh well, we ought to send that back along with a brief explanation of so this is apparently got devoured by creepy memory eating monster. Here's their belongings. But main thing is, as I recall, we had the mysterious letter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, main concern is trying to. Oh dear. I just accidentally. I don't know what happened there, but I'm suddenly not in roll 20. My main concern at this point is trying to find any evidence to tell us where they've been last. So that once, also I do tell Kaji and Vaughn, I'm like, so we've been asked not to leave the city till the guard captain has a chance to speak with us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Shouldn't be too long. Probably just trying to dot his I's, cross his T's.
Basically, it's one of those if they need to speak with us, he wants us in town. Other than that, yeah, just get our, like I said, try and find the. Excuse me.
Okay. After you guys have been in there discussing things for a few minutes, it's about 10 minutes after Kaji and Vaughn arrive that Gifley and Charlotte show up because Velcom's Manor is not actually in the town proper. Go outside, then come back.
So we're all kind of together now.
Yep.
So
Okay, no, go ahead, Vaughn.
any word? What was the word from Narshin?
Um, here we go. This will be fun. So I'm like walking, good old happy me. Everyone looks okay. Kaji looks okay, right? Kaji's because I helped Kaji. I was very
She's
concerned
up
about
and
Kaji.
walking. She's not at full health, but she's certainly better than she was at the end of the battle.
Perfect. Okay. So I pay attention, but it's like I'm always concerned about my teammates. So anyways, I'm like, yeah, we talked to Narshim. Narshim
I'll
was
cut you off.
go ahead.
Hold on. You talked at Narshim. She appeared to listen, and then she said that she can. Because I asked her about it, she said that she can look into getting us some compensation for slaying the beast. That is what happened.
And I'm like, hey, that was really mean. Why did you cut me off? They asked me what was wrong or what happened, I guess, like with Narshim, but
I love you, Charlotte, but guess what? You
I'm
talked. for 20 minutes and interrupted this lady a
Man.
bunch of times. Is it a man?
Yes.
Narsheem's yeah, man.
You interrupted this guy a ton of times and didn't let him get a word in, even though he was trying to. He got
I'm
fed
like-
up with it
Yeah.
and told us
Wait.
that we were good to go
Are you serious?
because of it.
He's our boss, and you.
Well, he did say that it wasn't in the contract, but I'm like fuming. I'm not fuming. I'm like, I would describe me as maybe slightly emotional at your because I don't really, I know you a little bit, but not too well. So I'm a little hurt by that. So I kind of like, I wouldn't say stomp away, but I'm definitely like a little agitated. So I go, is there a place to sit where we're at?
Yeah.
So I'm a little like, yeah, it's like my character's like a little emotional at the reaction, and I go sit down at a convenient spot for me, and I'm not happy.
It's so funny because all I can think of is a role playing game where, like a video game, where it says up in the corner, Charlotte did not like that.
So yeah, that's
Well,
what I
that
do.
she's also
after,
doing the teenage thing of going over and is stomping over to the corner and sitting and pouting.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, you see me in the corner. I'm now distressed, as I would describe it.
Well, I don't know. Found out about our guy. I just sat at the bar and had a beer while or an ale, while Kaji had the conversation.
Well, I'm assuming everything's good on that front. And I'm like, so again, repeat myself to Skiffley and Charlotte. I'm like, we have been asked to stay in town for the next little while, so that if the captain of the guard needs to speak with us, he knows where we are and we're available.
I'm fine with that. I wasn't planning on going anywhere.
I don't think any of us were. This has been emotionally a very exhausting. I pause. Gods and ancestors. It's only been a day or so, hasn't it? No,
Feel like
I'm
it's
looking at you all kind of looking almost a little shocky. Like, holy fuck.
I don't know. It
You
feels
know?
more like a week to me, but you know.
I mean, actual time frame, I think it's only been a day or so.
Out of game, yeah. You guys have only been back in town about 3, maybe.
And I haven't really had the proper way or proper time really to thank you guys for what you did for me. So I throw a sack of gold at Cormag, Genevieve, Skiffley, shoot.
Charlotte?
You said you only toss it to hold on. Does he only toss it to those people?
And Charlotte. Sorry, I was trying to think of Charlotte's name.
No, you're good. I wasn't sure, depending on how that
Like-
went out.
Just so y'all know, under
Yeah, the only one I
handouts,
did
I have a listing for every character, so you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That's or trying to find. But yeah, the only one I didn't is Kaji. There's 150 gold in each stack.
You just toss 3 pounds
Um,
of gold at people.
You have a lot of gold to toss around, sir.
He said,
that is
It's 150.
I guess it's a
50
lot right now.
gold is a
It's a lot right
pound.
now, though. It's a lot right now.
50 gold
Just
is a
like it.
pound.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
you're welcome.
For helping me out. Not with my enchantment on the bow and I know you really don't have a choice in that, but you know, thank you anyways.
Well, very well. At a game, I am stowing it. I'm like, all right, sure.
Taji,
I
pat you
also
on the
I'm
shoulder
like
and give
sitting.
you one
Yeah.
of the worst
Hey, what?
mercenary ever.
I don't like owing anybody anything.
Sorry, Ben. I was talking at the same time. What did you say?
So if you hand me a sack of gold and you explain that to me, like you see me obviously in a really down mood. I don't know if you say anything during the time, but if you don't, I kind of look up at you and I'm like, I think I would describe it as almost crying. And then I'm like, thank you so much. And then I tried to hug you and say how wonderful you are for making me have a better night. Do you allow me to do so?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Okay. So are you intoxicated technically?
no, I just had a beer.
Okay. So yeah, I give you one really big hug and I squeeze you. I'm like, thank you so much, Vaughn. You're the best. And I'm like kind of partially crying too,
Kind of
and then
standing there like, I don't know what's going on.
First time my like arms up, like
yeah,
and then I'm like, okay,
and that's
I
it.
kind
No, and that's it. And then I menace at my drow friend, and then that's it.
Mean mugging.
Yup, you got it.
Wow.
All
It's like
right.
for a half second though. It's very like childish. It's like a half second.
All right. So, at this point, we will go back to our place after having removed the other adventurer's gear.
So you finish packing up what little is left here. I gave you a list of stuff last time. I don't know who took what because different people were in different. I don't know if you took everything you found or if you just looked through it.
That was the problem. Was at the time we were just looking through it.
That's what you were doing. I don't know what other people did.
Okay, that's fair.
Which room did you go through, Jim? Remember.
I do not remember off the top of my head. No.
Anyone else remember? You know what? It doesn't matter. Everyone's taking the stuff now.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, Jim, I believe you were in the room with a seashell necklace and a waterproof prayer book in Nigar. I remember you specifically guessed that it was probably a Pranid that had.
Right.
Which
Which I think I found his mace.
Quite likely.
I think we found his mace with the coral and everything. All right.
Skiffley, were you the one who found the letter?
Maybe? I cannot remember if I'm going to be honest.
Did you find the bracelet?
Yes, I found the bracelet.
Okay, then you're the one who found. I literally just listened to this, but I was doing other things. Wasn't expecting to come back here because I thought you guys had just taken everything then. All right. So whoever wants to make this list, when you're ready.
Who's our best inventory taker here?
I got it.
Okay, it's settled. It's Josh, apparently.
Doing it so far.
Josh.
Okay. A set of heavy clothes, winter wear as well, in furs for a short, stocky female. Specially designed leather pouch. Set of carved bone dice with runes on them. Seashell necklace on a very long cord. Waterproof prayer book written in Nagar, which is Nygar, which is a specific. A scent spray. Chemical item. An empty journal with several pressed flowers in it. Small cloak with a deep hood. Bag of animal treats. And I guess it's not really mysterious letter anymore. I can change that to Cobb's letter. And a map. There's some stuff scattered around the main room that you're not sure if it belonged to them or if it was just left in the inn for you, because it's honestly generic enough that it could go either way. Plates and candles and stuff like that. Don't know if you guys feel like taking any of that stuff, but no one's here to stop you.
I think I know what you said. Asking us if we want to take any of that stuff. So my drow friend, do I ever notice that you got that one item that might be similar to my item?
The bracelet?
Yes. Are you wearing it?
No, I'm not
Okay,
wearing it.
never mind then.
Well, you all gather the things from here and you head back to the elf song harp.
Sure. Yay.
Alrighty. Well, you what do you want to do now? Free play mode at the moment.
At this point, I am ready because I believe. Let me double check. I need to go look at Cold Iron again because I'd forgotten to write this down. For the enchanting my blade. Okay, nope, still can't. Sorry. Because I need 4,000 gold for it.
Right.
Now, I believe you said, you told us, I'm just double checking. I think you said before that you're not going to require that we get the +1 for our enchantments, right?
No, I'm not gonna that rule.
Okay.
I thought he said he was magic while he was peeing.
What?
I will look what
Sent a thing saying he's got to go
Oh, I
run
see
to the
it now. Yeah.
restroom. So
No.
got confused at first. I was like,
No. Well, if he's nothing
want to
from
do a
the
bio break? Oops, sorry.
that will pause for a moment. Unless Josh is back. That's not. All right. So we'll reconvene in 5 minutes or so. Okay. So Genevieve casting tech magic. I assume you're doing it not just you're doing it on all the stuff, not just the stuff you got from the inn.
So actually, I lied. I don't have detect magic prepared today.
Oh.
So one of the
I
other
always have it
casters-
prepared.
Yeah, one of the other casters will have to do it, or I can do it tomorrow.
I'll do it. I always make sure I save one spell slot for it.
Okay.
Make myself useful.
Nothing else.
Yes, other than your ability to absolutely annihilate something.
Well, yeah.
By throwing money at it.
I throw money at my problems, okay?
I mean, as long as it works for you.
You should probably. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I'll cast
What a
detect
rich
magic.
guy solution. Okay, so nothing you picked up at the inn, nothing else detects as magical.
Okay.
The prayer book has a faint aura of just having been around magic, but it in and of itself is
Which
not
makes
magical.
sense because,
It's a prayer
you're
book.
praying. Right.
So the ivory scroll case is not magical, but there are 2 wands inside that are. The backpack you picked up is magical, which, considering it's the only thing that's not of a hard material that you found down there intact, not really a surprise.
Right.
The arrows, the javelin, the war club, chain shirt, the mace, and 3 scrolls all register as magical.
Alright. So that's when I get a number on how many knowledge arcana checks I need to make.
So I don't know why I was doing this wrong. It's not Arcana. Arcana will give you the aura, it'll give you the type of magic on it, but it won't give you the exact. You need spellcraft.
Oh, which I took.
Right.
Okay. That's actually better than my knowledge arcana, so I'll take that. Alright. So how many rolls?
1 for each item.
Right, and
2, 3,
you
4,
said it so fast.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 of them? Alright, we're not going to roll a singular die for this. 11. 8.
I'm sorry. There was also, amongst the jewelry, you found a brooch that is enchanted as well.
Okay, so it'll be 12 of them?
Yep. What are you trying
All right.
first?
I'll just okay. So the first thing I want is the backpack because
Okay.
I'm really interested in the backpack, and that would be a 15. So that will be +8, which would be 23.
All right. It is a rugged rucksack. It is a type of magical backpack. It's not an extra-dimensional space exactly. It halves the weight of anything you place with inside of it, but it doesn't have. It can't hold more than a normal backpack.
Gotcha. So it basically, you throw a 10-pound brick in there, it's gonna weigh 5 pounds,
Right.
but it only hold 5 or 6 bricks.
It would hold as much as a regular backpack would. There are actual rules for
Gotcha.
how much that is.
Okay. All right. So the next one I'll do the 2 wands, and that'll be 2 13s. So 13s plus 8s will be 21 on
Right.
both of them.
Well, fortunately for you, they are both rather low level. One is a wand of light. It has. Help if I actually had that noted down. Why I don't, I'm not sure.
Oops.
Well, I was like, why don't I have how many charges these have? And I'm like, I
Ah,
don't know. So give me a moment,
I
and I
got
will
you.
have that answer for you.
Okay.
The Wand of Light has 14 charges on it.
Okay.
Wand of Mage Hand still has 24 charges.
All right. And while I'm doing this, I'm telling this to whomever is jotting down what everything does so that we can remember.
Okay.
Sounds like Jennifer.
All right.
Oh, now you tell me?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all
My
right.
bad.
I figured.
I figured you were doing it anyways.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna happen.
All right. So let's see. Let me pull up my list so I know what I'm checking next.
Poor
Loot
Genevieve.
list. Wait, loot list is tiny. Where's the actual loot list?
At the
FH
loot
loot.
list.
Got the scrolls, the mace, the chain shirt, the chain mail.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Basically
All
everything
right.
besides the brooch.
All right. We'll do the
There you go.
war club or mace or what do you want to call it?
Well,
With
there's a
No.
war
a
club and a mace, so which one?
Oh, okay, my bad. We'll do the war club first with a 20
All right.
on the die.
It's a base +1
So.
war club.
Okay.
Great club would be.
And then we'll do the javelin with a 20 total. 12 on the die.
Still enough. Javelin is a one-use lightning javelin doing 3d6 electric
He said,
damage in a 60-foot line with a reflex DC 12 for half.
all right. We'll do the coral mace with a 19 total.
+1 heavy coral mace.
Interesting. Do the 3 scrolls in a line. Like just back to back to back. A 26, a 21, and a 18 total. Those
Okay.
are my totals.
Ant Hall, Expeditious Retreat, and Charm Person.
Okay.
Ooh.
Chain shirt at a 24 total.
+1 chain shirt.
Alright, so we did the scrolls, coral mace, chain shirt, war club, javelin. 3 separate arrows.
Okay. I'll tell you. You've already figured out they have the same aura, so you only need to do one check.
Okay. And that is a 19 total.
All right. They are fire bloom arrows. They do 2d6 within 5 foot of impact, and everyone except for the target gets a DC 12 save for half.
That's not
Target
good.
does not get a save.
Oof.
That sounds
All right.
painful.
And then the last will be the brooch, which is 1 moment here. Ooh. 16 total?
It's actually still enough because it's a relatively low item. It is a brooch of shielding with 23 HP left.
So basically, if you're getting hit, it'll absorb 23 hit points worth of damage, and then it breaks.
It only works against magic missiles.
It is one of the
Only
only
works against magic missile.
But it is
Alrighty.
also
then.
one of the only things that does.
There are like 2 things that can stop a magic missile, and that's one of them.
Really
Yep.
interesting.
That
Yeah,
and
the
the
other one
actual spell shield.
Huh.
Yep.
Alrighty then. So that looks like everything on here.
There is, I guess it got lumped in with the jewelry when I was writing this up in a hurry, but there is also a silver necklace with holy symbols for Grashk and Gurtik on it, which again have the aura of a lot of magic having been cast around them without actually being magical themselves.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Yeah, make myself useful.
Yay. So, like, all right. So, Vaughn, unless anyone thinks otherwise, I feel like it's safe to say that Vaughn should be the one to carry the arrows.
Yeah, I think we could all agree on that.
I'll accept the arrows.
Ooh.
So it's 2d6.
So it does normal arrow damage plus 2d6 fire to everyone within 5 feet of the target.
Including the target.
Yep. And everyone but that person gets
So, does anybody who could? I mean, I guess everybody could probably use it. The backpack. Anybody like extra interested in that? Because now that I know what it is, I am not due to the fact that I have my own bag of holding.
Kaji would
I
definitely
mean-
like it.
Yeah. The main problem that comes to my brain. No, I feel. I mean, if Kaji wants it, then that's fine.
Okay.
Out of game,
And-
I know Kaji's been having issues with weight, so
Gotcha. All right. So wands, only the magic users can use them. Correct? Or am I wrong in that?
anyone can use a wand with the use magic device check.
But fuck
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
It's
And
a
you said it was a
really-
wand of white and a wand of mage hand, correct?
Yep. They're
Okay.
they're cantrips, so they're It's not like these are terribly valuable.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, they're cantrips, so they're not very useful to those of us that can cast as many of those as we want.
But counterpoint, I'll be honest, I'm not sure that anyone else even can. I know I don't have use magic device.
No, we could always just put the gold for them, even if it's not very much. Everything adds up.
True. Set them
The
aside.
javelin. That is not Zeus's lightning bolt, as Justin almost claimed it to be. 30
No, that was
d6
stolen.
damage.
Um. Eh.
I can't use it. I don't believe.
I mean, here's the thing: it literally functions as you go. Because I literally have a quiver effectively of these in fourth wall.
Oh, nice.
It literally is just you go, fuck that direction, and throw it, and there's a literal line of lightning that comes from you. And there is no aiming. There is no attack roll. It's literally
I gotcha.
it's basically a one use wand of very low level lightning bolt.
Gotcha. And with it being one time use, I'm not interested.
Anybody?
Oh, I take it back. Kaji might not want the backpack.
Because it still weighs the same? Because it still
No,
weighs a fair amount?
it takes the shoulder slot.
Does it?
Oh,
And she has a
interesting.
magic cloak.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to take that if she has a magic cloak on.
Well, in that case, I'll take it.
Okay.
I have shitty strength, and as the team mom, I tend to look shit around.
Yay, she can carry more snacks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can I have peanut butter cracker? Alright.
The chain shirt being +1. I already wear a chain shirt, so it would be kind of nice to have the +1 with it.
My armor is already a +1.
Is my armor also already a +1? I cannot remember.
I keep mine listed under my special gear.
Yeah, and I just have a basic ass chain shirt, so no, it would not be a chain +1.
Then yeah, I would say go ahead and
Wait,
swap it out.
it's a masterwork chain shirt. Is that the same thing?
It is a
No.
+1 chain shirt.
It's actually magical +1.
So it's better than a masterwork chain shirt.
Yeah.
So a masterwork chain
Okay.
plus an enchanted chain shirt has to be masterwork before it can be enchanted.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. And that would literally just add +1 to my AC.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if nobody has an obligation to me taking it, I would greatly appreciate it.
Objection?
Yeah, that.
I'm pretty sure nobody has an obligation. No.
You're right. You're right. An objection to me taking it. Thank you. Word, they're hard.
I have an obligation for you to take change your be safe.
What'd you say?
I said we have an obligation to you for you to take the chain shirt so you can be safer.
Oh, thank you guys.
Aw.
I mean, you're a spellcaster now. You're not really necessarily a frontliner anymore. I mean, kind of, but kind of not. You know.
It
He's a
depends.
war
I'm a
mage.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
mixture of things. It's like kind of ish, like both ways.
Right. So the coral mace, kind of hefting it. I'm like, well, as I understand, this belonged to a devotee of nature, so I kind of hold it out to you half first, Charlotte.
Well, I did. Are you monitoring messages, Justin, on Roll20?
Sorry, I've been in the journal section.
Oh, you're good. I don't know if you're getting pingy pings. Like if you need
It's
me to,
not been doing it for whatever reason now, or if it is, I haven't noticed.
the first two disregard. The last one's the only one that matters. I did say I did walk off. So I mean, if
Okay. You still have to have a long rest before you can restore again today.
so, basically you show me attempting to. Yeah, I was tired. I think I had already. If you're okay with that, GM, I had already technically wanted to walk off, like while he was inventorying
All
to
right, yeah.
go.
So you go
So
to offer it to Charlotte, and you realize she's gone upstairs.
Which I shrug. I'm like, that's fair.
yeah.
Been
Genevieve,
a
give
long
me
day.
a knowledge religion check.
I did. 23.
Okay. So, based on the holy symbols, the devotee was of Grashk, who is the god of sea and storms. So, yeah, you could go with nature under that. And then Gertik is specifically the god of the Pernid. Not completely wrong,
So
but
I suppose in that, that was me
well, and
having the
that's the thing. That's
character.
why I'm doing. I had Genevieve make the check. So if she wants to say something, she can. If not, then
I mean, my only thought, especially out of game, is I mean, she's not going to use it. She uses the scythe,
yeah.
so
She doesn't.
just sell it.
I mean,
I
technically
mean,
doesn't know that. I mean, you know that. I think Genevieve. Do you know? You knew I was personal to my weapon.
fair, but I mean, in game, he's going to offer it because if nothing else, that way she has a secondary weapon that's more than a dagger.
I'll roll on it if you decide to show it to me.
I will later then.
Fair enough.
I don't think any of us are in the market for a two-handed weapon like the war club.
I definitely will like it. It's just more of like my feelings about it per se. Yeah, I'm not gonna be against it though. Like I'll definitely, like I said, I'll roll on it whether I want it or not.
Well, either way, I think we pretty much handed out the obvious choices and such. We can go through the rest later. And tomorrow, I think we'll have to wait to go and try to sell the rest of this stuff because I doubt shops are going to be up and running so quickly after the all clear.
Fair enough.
So maybe for the rest of the night, we just take in the well-deserved rest.
I am absolutely fine with that.
Okay. So does everyone just go to bed for the night then?
Yeah, I think we deserve that.
Okay.
After being up for 2 days straight, pretty much, kinda.
No, you slept last night. You just don't remember going to bed.
It's been an incredibly stressful day,
Yes,
couple days. So yeah.
very much so. That's fine. So we'll skip to the next day. Um, occasionally, I'm gonna guess people get up at their own time and get something to eat before going back to bed. But eventually, everyone's up in the morning. It's around 9 o'clock.
Hmm.
Everyone has finished their morning absolutions, tabulations, whatever it is.
Solutions.
Question: when I use my keep watch, I can literally basically do nothing while I'm doing that, right? Like I cannot do my 1 hour of preparations while I'm doing that, can I?
It counts as your rest, so you can't do it till after the 8 hours has passed.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Or for, I'm trying to remember if you do them faster as a trial, but yeah, you still have to have the rest time that is giving you.
gotcha. So you can't and you can't do anything like vigorous, but like I could like read a book, right, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, you could read a
Okay.
book.
That's what I thought. Like I know that you were like studying things when you were using your keep watch in fourth wall. So
Yep. There were a few minor things that we didn't understand and probably couldn't have done at the time, but something like reading a book is not going to be an issue.
okay.
Take it that's what you're doing then?
Yep.
Okay.
As typically what I do.
You are up when the storm breaks and the morning sun comes through the clouds.
Comes the sun.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Sing louder. We need to record this.
It got recorded. You don't need to worry about it. All right, so you're all up and moving about. What do you do now?
Well, guess we can pack up this stuff and get ready to head to the market and see what we can unload.
Basically, yeah.
I want to enchant my weapon.
Well, how about we get everything sold and divvy up the gold, and then we can go around and do shopping and the sorts.
I'm gonna roll on that. Do you tell me in game or out of game?
I'm telling you that in game.
I'm rolling on it.
But I do at this in the morning approach like Charlotte.
Before I answer you, Jim, I'm gonna, since I know I was like, I think I'm over it now at this point. So I'm like, okay, to my drow friend, and then go ahead.
Uh, don't know. I wasn't sure if you had a secondary weapon besides your scythe. Just in case we wind up in a situation where maybe it won't work very well given its size.
Would
I offer you the mace.
okay. Let me question, Justin. Would you say that I know? I know I came from like my little village and whatnot, and me seeking wonders, and I'm a really new adventurer. Would you say I even know what a secondary weapon is? Kind
You
of a
are
weird.
more likely to know what a secondary weapon is than you are to know what coral is.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'm like, obviously, sometimes having more is better than none. So I look at it. Why do you want to give this to me? Not
Symbols of the god of nature, I believe. I wasn't clear on the exact details. And
you said the god of nature. Did someone tell you something?
trying to remember something.
blah blah blah. Gotcha. Okay, so I detect magic on it.
Like it is magical.
Either way, I'm
Blah
gonna
blah
do
blah. I
it.
detect magic. Okay. Well, it is magical. Yes, you see the magic radiating off of it.
Do I need to do a spellcraft on it?
Spellcraft. So yeah, Knowledge Arcana will give you the aura type, and Spellcraft will tell you exactly what enchantment it is.
23 for spellcraft.
Okay. So yeah, it's a +1 mace.
I look at it. I already rolled on it, so I'm like, I'm a little. So why don't you just give it? Weren't we gonna sell these items? I feel like we could really use the money. You know,
Okay.
I really, I, my father gave me this weapon, and I really cherish it a lot. And as much as I appreciate it, Cormag, I, I want to get some use out of this before I decide to move on. It's hard for me to part right now. And that's it. And I kind of like pat you on the shoulder, and I'm like, thanks, anyways, like in a happy, cheery voice.
I shrug. I'm like, all right.
I'm like, it's okay.
So I want you to realize the family dynamic here. You have Mama G, Papa Vaughn. Charlotte is the bratty little sister, who's all smiles and rainbows one minute, and thunderclouds and stomping the next. You have Skiffly, who's like her stepbrother that they just sometimes they clash, sometimes they get along. And then you have
Yes.
the dog who's bringing her sticks, and the cat who will sneak off with things.
This is
Traces.
amazing.
Oh,
I am truly without a mom.
you got Genevieve now.
That's right. I have mom and dad. Well, I don't say I have dad issues. I definitely got mama issues for sure. But dad was definitely in my life for the most part.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to the market? Well, it is mostly back in full swing. As you walk, you see shops and stalls that just aren't open. Um, you don't really ever remember them being open,
God
but the
damn.
market does feel a little empty.
Let's say, I hope that's not just me.
Nope, it's just him.
Okay, so as you go to the market, is everyone hearing this now?
For now.
Yep.
Yeah, for now. As you go to the market, many shops and stalls are empty as they always have been. Maybe. But for the people that actually have spots, the place is in full swing.
Man, that is such a good point. That a game Kaji's benefactor just had a huge payday.
What do you mean?
All those shops that are now abandoned.
Right?
A lot of inventory up for grabs. Anywho, well, we will try to sell off all this stuff.
All right. Who or what are you looking for now? Like what type of shop?
Honestly, with the variety of stuff we have, we're probably gonna be spending quite a few hours going from person to person, seeing what they'll buy off of us.
All right.
I 100% agree with that.
Because I keep forgetting to hit save, what all are you keeping? What all are you selling?
So, of the magic items, we're selling the heavy mace, the war club, the wands, and then I'm assuming Giftly, your chain shirt that you swapped out, we can put that in there.
Yeah, I guess I can put my chain shirt in there. My masterwork chain shirt.
And then anything else magical we'll hold on to, and then everything else that's not, we'll try to get rid of, it looks like. Except
Actually,
you said
I
we can-
would have asked to hold on to the ivory scroll case
Oh, really?
for the scrolls for the maps that I make.
Okay. And I was gonna say I figure we can hold on to masterwork manacles because just never even those will come handy for us.
Kinky.
Is there anything in the tiny lead box?
That's what the gemstones were in.
Oh, okay. But yeah, otherwise, no, I guess. So we keep the manacles and the scroll case for poor Mag,
No.
and all the other mundane stuff can get sold.
All right.
Except one of the crowbars. Sorry. I just realized I don't actually have one listed.
Who is
I should
doing?
probably have one.
So you're selling the.
Hey,
See, there are 3 sets of armor and 2 weapons you're selling.
Yeah. I guess so.
All right. Who is making this pitch?
Definitely not me.
I guess what?
this is diplomacy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, not me.
I can.
Like, I know what it's worth. I'm not gonna be able to get it out of them.
It's all right. I'll give it a go. I'm pretty good with folks. Here we go.
Here we go.
Not bad. So 21 from my chick.
All right. Do you have a praise?
I do.
Okay. So, you can keep your 21 for your
If
diplomacy.
he
You can
doesn't,
give
I
me
do.
an
Like I said, I know
an
what it's worth. I
appraise,
just
so you
can't
know,
talk people into it.
what it's worth. I am looking for my missing D20, which I can't find, so I'm just going to pull out a different one from my 5,000 sets of dice.
Good Justin is a dice goblin.
Yeah. Only because I don't have any gemstone dice yet. Then I'll be a dice dragon.
You said you don't have gemstone dice?
Yeah. I have metallic dice. 2
Yeah,
different sets, actually.
those are pretty easy to come by and not with. ridiculously expensive. Like Gemstone dice, though.
I mean, part of me wants to argue, but no, the set that I have was like $75.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not willing to do that.
Mind you, they're made of amethyst, so.
Yeah, $75 for a set of dice is pretty expensive, but
It was also one of my birthday gifts to myself a couple years back. So
fair enough. You got to treat yourself.
self-care is important.
All right, Josh, what was your
Anyway.
appraise?
22.
Where'd these come?
All right, so the total value for those 5 items, if you were purchasing them new, would be 5,367 gold. Fairly easy to calculate numbers, so I'll give you the exact. So at half value, you're looking at about a little under 2,700. What are you asking for? Or are you waiting till he makes an offer?
I'll let him make an offer since I didn't hear any of those numbers.
Of course. So he's offering 2,300. All right, what was your diplomacy again? 21.
21.
So he laughs heartily. He's like, that was funny, lass. I can go up to 24 for the joke, but
Ouch.
Well, yours was pretty laughable too, sir. So call it. I can come down to 28. Yeah, yeah.
new diplomacy.
Ooh. 11.
Total.
Wait,
Ouch. I have literally rolled.
Oh, No. Did you just get booted out of the fucking store?
I hope so. He's trying to undersell me, anyways.
So he shakes his head. He's like $24.50 final offer. Take it or take your gear out of here.
He barfs on the counter.
I was gonna say, out of Genevieve, you are aware this is not the only shop in town that you can sell stuff at. So
Kind of what I was just thinking. Like, it's fine. We'll find somewhere else that knows the value of things. You, sir, clearly do not.
So we're leaving? Because I'm probably the pack mule for this.
At once, and we will tell others not to share their business here.
I'm like, I shrug. I'm like, whatever.
Cormac could give no shits.
0 shits given.
Save a city from a monster, and they go and try to fucking undersell you. It's all right, whatever.
spend some time, look for another shop. You find one eventually. This one is run by a small gnomish woman.
Agatha.
How did you know my name? Have you been spying on me?
Well, we're gonna need to find a new shop. All right. No way I get a good deal when that's the starting conversation.
Step out of the shadows, boy. Barely see ya. Holds up a monocle. over one
Damn.
eye.
Now we're being racist.
She looks and she's like, oh. Well, that would explain it. Why are you spying on me?
I'm not spying on you.
How do you know my name?
It's a good question.
I have no idea.
Do you say that in game?
Mhm.
You don't know how you know the name.
Lucky guess, I guess.
There you go. That's a better one. I like that.
Wow, a wisdom check. Oof.
Clearly.
I rolled a 2, and I have no modifier.
Anyone else?
I do. Hold on.
Mhm.
Josh?
I rolled a 15.
Yeah. You knew her name too. Literally on the sign outside.
Oh,
Wow, thanks for making me feel like like an idiot.
You're the one who rolled a 2.
I just wanted to see how far you could dig.
I'm snickering off to the side.
I swear to God, if this is a magic shop.
It appears to be weapons and armor in varying conditions.
$42.
42.
Did he forget which
Oh.
game we were playing?
He can roll a wisdom check, but he can't be here, huh? There's no way he rolled a 42.
Well, it's
Wait
also
for it,
Kaji.
42.
When has Kaji ever made a wisdom check?
I don't think Kaji has ever successfully made a wisdom check.
You are correct. Hence my response. More like 4.2. Anyway, so Charlotte, you're aware of where Skiffley knows the name from, even if Skiffley suddenly can't remember having been confronted with the question.
Hey, you can't put me on the spot like that.
Okay, so I'm like, I kind of look at Skiffley and then, yeah, I'm kind of over what happened the previous day because Skiffley is, as far as like you said, literally my stepbrother. So I kind of like, I kind of whisper this to Skiffley. I'm like, Skiffley, like, we saw it on the, you know what?
Oh, that's right. It just came to me. Your shop has your name on the sign.
LOL.
Her eyes widen, the monocle falls out. Oh, so it does.
Now, see, I wasn't the only one that forgot it was on the sign.
What can I do for you?
I'm off to the side, struggling to stand from laughing.
We have some wares that we'd like to show you and sell.
Well, set him up. Set him up.
If the
I'll
price
knock
is
'em
right,
down.
of course. Cormac, come here. Let's put the stuff on the counter.
Cormac, get the fuck over here.
Quit laughing at my stupidity and put the stuff on the counter.
I wasn't just laughing at you. But yeah, I bring the stuff over.
Thank you, my good sir. All right, I'll wait for her to give an offer. We'll see if the two knuckleheads can come to an agreement.
So she looks it over
Which
and
I'll roll my appraise real quick so that I at least have an idea of what it's worth.
what do you got?
I have a 23.
All right, so yeah, sale values, like I said, a little under 2,700. She pulls out a rod with a gemstone on it. She's running it over the stuff, and you notice it light up at the two weapons, but not on the armors.
She's got a
She has a
She's got
magic
a magic
sensing
item
device.
metal detector.
Yes. It's a magic detector instead of a metal detector, but yeah. Basically. She can't cast magic, so she has to have some way to know if she's getting scammed.
Fair enough.
She looks up and she's like, alright, what are you asking?
What do you give me?
Give you the back of my hand if you give me any more lip.
That wasn't lip, ma'am.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
just
he's giving
seeing
lip.
what you would offer.
Oh, right. Sorry. Alright. Well, it's a good lot, but I can't offer any more than 27. 20. You see her like
Well,
trying to count on her fingers. Yes, 27 decimal 2700. Yes, that one.
see, I was thinking more closer to 3,000. What do you say we meet in the middle of that and call it 2850?
Roll diplomacy. Out of game, she didn't botch, but she rolled extremely low on her appraise.
Well, it's not much, but it's honest work. A 19.
For the other guy, it rolled consistently. For her, it's rolling shit. Well, it's a bit steep, but all right. I can do that for some new customers.
Well, we appreciate it.
Take a look around, see if there's anything you'd like while I'm getting your coin together. Mark!
Well, thank you very much.
This scrawny, in fact, probably the scrawniest pernid any of you have ever seen. This gangly lizard thing comes out of the back. Yes. Here. Keep watch on the shop. I'll be back in the purse. In the Yes, ma'am. Awkwardly waves at you lot. Hello. Meanwhile, she jumps down from her. Realize that behind the counter there's like a platform to bring her, rather than
To where
sitting
she
on a
can see
stool.
over it.
Yeah, she's literally standing on a raised platform behind the counter.
Right. So as we walk around, at some point I lean over to Genevieve and I say, "See, that's how it's done."
You just took advantage of an old woman. I don't know if you should brag about that.
I did not take advantage of an old woman.
Did you see her trying to count the end total? You took advantage.
That's not taking advantage of her.
Would you actually have been that terribly upset if you were the one who had bargained?
I didn't say he was wrong. I just said he probably shouldn't brag about it.
Fair enough. So is it all just arms and armor? Anything magical?
So there's some scrap parchment signs tacked to plaques on different displays. Some of them, flaming sword, bow of ice. So there's some that at least claim to be magical. Do you want to cast a spell to check?
100% I'm detecting magic.
Okay, yes, actually several things in here are magical.
Alright. Is there any, like, robes or anything like that?
No, this is all, it looks like it's all weapons and armor.
Okay. Is there a scimitar by chance that I can find?
High-low.
I'm feeling lucky. We'll go high.
Yes.
Magical?
No.
Oh, not worth my time then. Boots of any kind?
Only as parts of sets of armor.
Like big ass sets of armor that I can't wear, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well, only useful thing in here was a kind lady that was willing to pay me what my stuff was worth.
All right. So the Prenid stands at the counter, just kind of watches you guys wandering around the shop until she finally comes back. Heaves a giant sack up onto the counter with a ka-chunk single of coin. All right, here's your pay. You find anything you'd rather have?
I haven't found anything. Can't speak for my colleagues. Do you mind if I count the coin?
Mark, move
Just
the
for my
stuff
own
down
peace
to
of
the end.
mind.
She basically has him clear off the stuff down to the end of the counter so that you have space.
And I will proceed to count it to make sure it's all there.
All right, so Skiffley's going to be busy for a while. Meanwhile, anybody else?
Nope, I think we're just waiting for his dumbass.
All right, so it takes you a
Did
little
we
while.
not?
Hmm?
Did we not sell off all these gemstones and stuff?
No.
So that was only what the weapons and armor was worth.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which, to
Okay.
be fair, were, because, the magic stuff, pretty much the most expensive stuff you had.
Right, but we can still offload.
More of
And
this, yes.
right. Okay. So I get done.
Yep, it is correct.
Now how do I be an asshole and tell her it's 150 short? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I thank her for her business. Yeah, I mean it was business between two parties. So thank her for her business, and we'll be happy to check in for new wares frequently.
Oh, get all kinds of sorts coming through here. You never know what I'll have. Or
Miss,
who.
do you actually do enchantments, or do you just buy and sell?
No. Not me. I don't mess around with that. Dangerous. You'd have to go find that old fool Nezpuff.
Nezpuff.
Well, there
So
you go, Charlotte. You got a name now.
I fill up the sack, finish filling back up that sack, tie it up, and just for carry for right now, I drop it in my bag of holding. I'm like, we can split this once we're done selling everything. I promise. Like, I'm not trying to steal anything. And I guess we can head off to another, maybe like a general wares store where we can sell off some of this random stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for a jeweler or a general store that we can hit up, and then apparently now I'm looking for Nest Proofs.
Right? I'm gonna roll a praise on all of the like various like gyms and stuff.
All right.
Okay, that would be a 21.
Okay. So I'll tell you right now, they vary in value from 11 gold all the way up to 500 gold.
So I can't figure out what like the total value that I'd be looking to sell all this stuff off would be.
And you just got to give me a minute to add it together.
Oh, okay.
Because
Hello?
I have it listed, I just don't have a total listed for reasons, I guess.
I gotcha.
Probably because I'm an idiot, but you know.
There's a fungus among us.
Okay. What was your total?
My total was 21.
Okay, so you're coming up with right about 1,800.
You said 1,800?
1,800.
All right. So I'll shoot for 2. See what happens. And that's half of what they're worth, right? Like, so that's what I'm coming up for a sell price.
No.
Oh, 1,800 total.
Yeah.
So I could
So-
try to get 1,000 out of all of it.
Typically, gems can be sold for their value.
Oh, okay.
They're one of the things that does not get halved. Because they're often used in exchange of
Gotcha.
currency because, you know, one gem that's worth 500 gold is about the weight of a coin, where 500 gold worth of coins is like 10 pounds.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. They're selling off all your stuff.
I believe it.
So they had a magical backpack that I thought you'd want, except that you couldn't wear it and your cloak at the same time. I figured you'd rather keep your sneakiness.
Takes his shoulder slot.
Mm-hmm.
Kaji,
Hello.
we went on an adventure together.
We did.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to go back to your restaurant.
Oh boy.
Had a beer.
I'll go over what happened
right.
there with you later. All right, so you
All right,
finally
so-
find the first jeweler you go past is not open.
Okay.
There's some people moving around inside, but the building is closed down.
Gotcha. So we managed to find a second one.
Yep.
All right. I walk on in. Is there a sign on the door?
There is a sign, but it's not a named sign. It's just like a faceted gem with a carving instrument.
Okay.
Those type of signs.
All right. So I walk on in.
Okay.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I have some wares I'd like to sell if you're willing to buy.
I'll take a look at what you have, certainly.
All right. Cormac, if you don't mind.
Carry the stuff up.
Oh. Did you put them back in the box? Because I remind you, they were in a lead box. Asking, are they in the box? Or are they not in the box?
I would say for easier transportation, we'd probably put them back in the box.
Step 1, cut a hole in the box.
It's got a latch, but not a lock.
So set all the ivory and silver and that lead box and whatnot up the table. I open up the iron box to show the gems inside.
Okay.
And is it a man or a woman?
This is a human female. Looks
Okay,
to
so
be
I let
around
her.
mid-30s.
Ouch.
Has a squint in one eye.
From staring at gems for so long.
Yeah. Quite likely.
So yeah, I set it up there and let her do her thing, figure out a number.
All right. Well. He sets them out, and give me a perception check, anyone who is watching.
Am I with them?
Ooh!
Yeah, everyone went out to sell the stuff. Unless
Okay.
you're gonna say you went somewhere else.
Okay, so that's a 25 for me.
Okay. So you see her move an empty hand under the counter.
29.
Yep, all of you see this as well.
Okay, so we see her move an empty hand under the counter.
So if you'd gotten between 20 to 24, you would have seen her move a hand under the counter. At 25 and above, you know the hand was empty. It's not like she's sliding one of the gems out of sight. She goes, the other hand comes up and spins the box around and taps the underside of the open lid. Is there a reason I shouldn't summon the guard?
Excuse me, what do you mean?
She taps the lid again.
Okay, what's on the lid?
There is a symbol carved into the underside of the lid, which give me a wisdom check, everyone but Kaji, because there's no point.
That's hurtful.
Is it
It's
wrong?
I didn't say it was. I just said that's hurtful.
It's a 17 on the die, which
Actually,
is a 17.
tell you what, Kaji, you live here. You can make one anyway.
19.
That'd be more of a knowledge local then, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And also,
13.
where did we find the box of gems? If you wouldn't mind reminding me.
It was one of the things you found down in amongst the bones.
Gotcha.
That okay.
So what'd you get for your knowledge local?
13.
So Genevieve remembers, and Kaji recognizes that upon seeing it and having it specifically pointed out. You remember that other jeweler's shop you guys passed that was closed?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That's their symbol.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I actually scratched my head. I'm like, oh.
That makes
I mean,
sense, and we can
no,
explain.
Yeah, I'm like, in game, I'm like, I mean, you can, and we'll explain that we found it in the nest of the monster that's apparently been attacking people, and didn't realize it was from a local. No, I actually look kind of embarrassed. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, we found this down in the sewers. We just got done slaying a monster who was, well, slaying many townspeople. The guard does know about this, and so do a few others.
I'm actually not entirely sure what the legal precedent is on this. Is on that.
At a game, finders keepers.
But she remember the if that person got eaten, they remembered that store.
He seems to remember
Well,
the
the
store.
store's still there.
The store isn't a person.
Here's the thing. She doesn't remember that one individual. However, that doesn't mean that was the only person that worked there.
But that's I mean, that's literally what we've told her. So I'm kind of like,
Okay. He continues examining everything.
kind of scratching my jaw. I'm like,
Kind of side-eyeing the lot of you. After a few minutes, the door opens behind you and a couple guards walk in.
Yep, I knew it. Silent alarm, some kind of magical silent alarm.
Actually, it was a string attached to a bell pull that went off behind her and had one of the people in the back go get the guards.
any silent alarm was
It
what it
worked
was.
the same, yeah. She explains to them your story.
Kind of wave.
Jim or Genevieve, give me a high-low.
Hi.
Oh, nice. This is literally, one of the guards is literally one of the ones you guys saw the first day when you were warning people.
So I literally look at him like, I remember. No, in game, I remember you.
Oh, yes. Well, officially it is considered loot. If they choose not to return it, that is their decision.
There's a pause. I mean, kind of bob my head side to side. Total honesty, I don't
Finders
think.
keepers.
Yeah, I'll admit, I don't think anyone had noticed that the emblem was there.
In reality, isn't everything that's unintended loot?
No.
No.
I actually turn to you. No.
Huh. I don't understand the difference.
I give,
All right, like
I give
you just walk
Cormag
into
a
people's
knowing look.
houses.
Well, she pulls out a slate and a piece of chalk and starts tallying stuff up.
She's not. She's like, okay, I'm not going out of game. She can't get in trouble for it either because of this. So
Yeah, the guards just told her it was completely legal. She's like, all right, cool. I can run my rival out of business. All
Right.
good.
She just didn't want to get in. She didn't want them to be able to get her in legal trouble over it.
Correct.
Understandable.
Like, all right. So the gems. Did you say you set out the other stuff as well?
Yes, like anything ivory, silver.
The jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna add some more to it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't just doing the gyms. I'm trying to offload as much as I can in these places. We're not going 8 million places.
I didn't know what you were keeping and what you were selling.
I gotcha.
Everyone else, make sure you've looked through. That you're not wanting to keep any of this stuff for any reason.
The only thing that I know we didn't put up there was the ivory scroll case because I know Cormac wanted to keep it for his maps.
What brooch and wands and scrolls are these? Did we ever find out?
Don't worry about that. You missed that shit.
Yeah. So the brooch is a brooch of shielding with 23 charges left.
Oh, nice.
The wands are a wand of
Magic,
What?
mage hand,
one
and wand of light.
Yep. And the scrolls are Ant-Hall, Expeditious Retreat, and Charm Person.
And the arrows are magical too.
Yeah, but you already have those. They're not on the loot list anymore.
That is also true.
Okay.
Do you want another appraise check for the rest of the stuff?
Yeah.
Hey, and 19 on the die, so 27.
Okay. So the rest of it is worth 780 gold.
So 1800 plus 780. But that stuff's not gemstone. So would I half that?
No. Most artwork works the same.
Okay, so 780 plus 1800 would be 2580.
She does her own tallying. Well, I'll offer you 2350.
Hmm.
2,350 gold coins. Not necessarily in direct coinage. I do have bars. Will that be okay? The bars, I
Give me
mean.
just a moment. I'll look around at everybody. Does anybody mind if we take bars for this stuff?
I'll take my share in coins.
You'll take your share how we divvy it up, and if you don't have, and if you got a problem with the bars, then we need to have a conversation.
Like the bars are stamped and sealed. There's full value.
That's not the problem that I have with bars.
You can
Can't
literally
put
get them
them?
exchanged for coin.
No, in game can't carry them.
That's part of the problem.
Weekly. All right. So you said 2350.
Well, how about this, Kaji? Sure that there is a coin changer in town where you can go and get them converted to coin.
Fair enough.
2350. Would you be willing to do 2450? Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Not great. Yeah. That's a 15 total.
Yeah, she got better than that on her die. She's like,
Yeah.
I'll go up another 10 because I like this dragon. I think this is a beautiful statuette, but
It never hurt. It didn't hurt to ask. We'll take the 2350.
2360. I said that'd go up.
You made my math weird, Justin. Out again. All right. Well, is anybody looking, or do you carry any magic jewelry?
Not usually. I don't believe there's any in the shop at the moment.
All right. Well, is anybody looking for any just ornate jewelry pieces?
You guys just sold 500 gold worth of jewelry, so.
I know. I'm just making sure that nobody was looking for anything specific.
No, I don't think any of us were. No.
All right. And I guess, would you happen to know where? Wisdom check on remember Weirdo's name, the magic user that Agatha pointed us towards. Because I can't remember his name to save my life. I guess I'm not gonna remember his name because I got a 3 on the die. I'm still gonna ask her if she knows anywhere that we could offload some magical items.
Well, there's a couple shops. You could always try the Enchanter.
And where would he be located? Or
Oh,
she?
Old Nespuff? Well, you go out, you turn down. She gives you directions on how to get there.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for your business.
Thank you.
And if we have if we find anything else to sell for that kind of fair price, I'm sure we'll be back.
I look forward
Thank you very
to
much. And I guess we leave.
Okay.
Now that we've had our little bit of excitement for the day about almost possibly getting arrested, I think.
Right? We walk out the door and we just have this big sigh of relief, like, oh, thank God that didn't turn into anything.
We probably should have been checking for stuff like that, but oh well.
Right?
By the way,
So
I
we-
did not include the silver necklace with the holy symbols in the list of that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I figured we'd keep that as like a clue. So, all right, I guess we're off to Nespuff's abode.
All right. You find his place. It is a ramshackle. All right. Everyone here has seen Harry Potter, yes?
100.
Yep.
Okay.
Hagrid's shack.
More like the Weasley house, where it's just had
Oh.
random pieces added on over time.
Gotcha.
100.
Except instead of a house, it started off as a small tower. Like,
Okay.
the moment you see it, you have no doubt as to where you are.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, the door is
I wander
partially
on in.
open. Yeah, I was gonna say the door's not even shut.
All right.
It's
I feel like I've been leading this the whole way, so I wander on in and
it's a cramped
give a shout out.
room. There's couch to one side, table and chairs, stair leading up out of sight, doorway to another room. You don't see anybody, so what do you shout?
Hello, anybody in here? Was pointed here for
In here, in
some-
here.
sounded like a cuckoo clock. I'll
More,
start looking around like,
there's
what
an
the hell is that?
echo, which is weird because this place shouldn't be big enough for an echo.
Oh yeah, that is bizarre, and it's so crammed full of stuff that it shouldn't echo either.
Right.
Nez poof.
Poof,
Hello.
poof.
Well, guys, I think it's empty, and I don't really want to go wandering around the enchanter's home, especially one that seems as kooky as this one.
This is the content I came for right here.
You turn around, there's this maniacal looking face right in yours. Cookie, you say?
Holy shit. Can't sneak up on a fellow like that.
Sneak
As
up
I
on
jump
who?
backwards.
Just because this is funny, I want to roll a stealth check against him and go pop up behind him and go sneak up on who?
he's actually like trying to get him back instead.
Oh boy.
Well, first give me
Oh.
a perception check.
Perception. All right. Oh, that's 23.
Okay. Yeah, there's not really a point, as he's not there. It's an illusion
Ah.
that just popped up behind him. That's literally.
That's
he didn't
funny.
come down. There's an illusion
That's
that just
funny.
popped up. Oh, I can do kooky. I can also do cranky, crazy, and curmudgeonous. Take your pick.
Kooky sounds fun.
Excellent, excellent. Please, have a seat. He gestures at the couch, which is suddenly long enough for all 6 of you.
It's like a love seat, and now it's
Yeah,
now it's
it could have held
edge
2
of the
people
wall.
before, 3 if they were really comfortable together. Now it will comfortably, quote unquote, hold all 6 of you.
I reluctantly take a seat on the couch.
It's a comfortable cushioned couch. It doesn't feel weird.
No dust puffs out from out of it.
Nope.
It doesn't grow teeth and try to eat us when we sit down on it.
Nope.
My God.
So, how... Oh, hold on. And the whole thing just like shatters like glass and falls apart to disappear into sparkles of light on the floor.
The couch does?
You actually... No, just the illusion.
Oh, I thought you meant like we sat down on it and then he
No.
shattered it under our asses and we all...
You actually
hit the
hear
floor.
what sounds like glass break somewhere else in the distance. Ah, dang it! Stomp, 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 stomp.
He dropped his crystal ball.
Door opens. Slams. Stomp, 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 stomp. You hear somebody go downstairs, sound like somebody climbing a ladder, stomping, doors opening, a portcullis closing. Random noise. You get to a point you're not sure what's going on, and finally the door behind at the back wall opens, and this same figure you saw before comes out. Ah, here we are. So he tries to fall back into the role that he was in on the illusion. How can I help you then? Wide snaggletooth grin.
Well, we looking to possibly offload some wares if you're willing to buy, and I believe a few of us may be looking to hire you for your enchanting skills.
Ooh. His eyebrows do a weird dance across his face. You're pretty sure when they stop, they're not over the eyes they were on when they started.
I like him.
They wiggled into a unibrow.
And then separated and were on you know what? You honestly didn't watch that closely because it was possibly making you mildly nauseous.
Oh, so they did an actual dance. They didn't just wiggle a little bit.
Yes.
Amazing.
And then they do a bow at the end, which is
That's kind of weird.
I want his eyebrows. A neat party trick.
out of game. You asked for kooky, you're getting it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd pay for the experience.
You had to pay?
Oh, you will. Anyway, so he. Oh, what do you have then?
Well, I look back at everybody. Everybody okay with me selling these wands and scrolls and whatnot?
I mean, if we had a problem, I feel like we kind of should have said something before now.
I agree with you. I'm just making sure that there was somebody that wasn't here, for all of it. So,
But we were all here.
so I turned to Cormag. May I have the scrolls and wands and the
Yeah.
brooch as well, please?
Pulling them out. Here you go.
Thank you. And I hold them out to Nezpuff.
He takes them. He looks around for somewhere to put them down, and finally finds a clean spot so he can separate them. Ah, yes, very good, very good.
I have a 25 on my appraise.
Okay. So the scrolls are worth like 12.5 gold each,
Okay.
like 37.5. The wands are worth. I gotta look up this. I'm literally gonna pause this so it's not even recording.
Yeah.
All right.
But it
so,
only works against magic missiles.
Yes, the brooch only works against magic missiles. So the
Either
brooch
way, that's good
itself
news.
is worth 172.5 gold.
So
Total value
call it
300.
330.
Yeah, 333.5. But he's examining the one. He's like, this is one of mine. I thought I just sold this not a month or two ago.
You might have. There was an incident with a magical creature, and this was one of the items recovered in the aftermath.
Shame. Sorry about the mess. I've been meaning to hire a housekeeper for some time. As you notice, his accent keeps changing. By the way, the echo hasn't stopped. It's still, even when he talks, it's there. You wouldn't know where I could hire one, would you? What about you, miss? He's looking at Genevieve. You mind scrubbing an old man's socks?
Oh no.
Holy.
Did you say you'll leave? You just get up and walk out? Josh?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I guess not. Alright, well, yes, right, here you are. He opens what looked like a crystal ball on the shelf. It just splits in half, opens. He reaches inside, pulls out a sack of coins and sets it in your hands. All right. Well, if that's everything, have a nice day.
Wait, sir, hold on. How much gold is this?
Oh, right. You wanted something enchanted. Who was looking for that?
I raised the hand up. I was.
I start thumbing through the gold to see how much gold he just put in my hands.
Okay. It is exactly
I raised my
I-
hand too.
333 and 1/2 of a gold. Not like 5 silver, like a half
my.
a coin.
He cut a coin in
I
All right.
present. So I present Tenken.
Ah, why would you bring such a thing in here?
To get it enchanted.
Fair enough.
Kind of raising an eyebrow at him.
I mean, it's good craftsmanship. But, the material, ugh.
Yes, I was warned that it would require extra effort on the enchanter's part.
Pshaw.
Out of game, if you put a +1 on
Hmm?
a weapon,
Alright,
No, you broke up a little.
oh, I broke up.
either you broke up
Yeah,
or you didn't
badly.
finish the thought. I'm not sure which it was.
Yeah, I broke up then. If I want to put a +1 on a weapon, do I lose the special ability that's on it?
No, it would just stack.
No. You have to pay more.
Okay.
A lot
Then
more.
Yeah, a
I
lot
want
more.
to also.
So,
Like
an extra 6,000.
adding a +1. Yeah.
What?
Actually, in his case, he has adaptive. That was just a flat 1,000 gold. It was no bonus.
Was it? Oh, yeah, it was. So, yeah, it would just be the 2,000 then.
But so he, like push Shaw. I'm like, well, how much then for a enchantment to improve its sharpness? Out of game keen.
Okay, out of game. Is Keen Keen's just a +1, right?
That's Keen's +1 enchantment.
4,000.
All right. Out of game. That's literally what it costs. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Half now and half upon receipt.
Of course. That's what it says on the sign.
I pause. Out of
I
game.
think the
Did it?
sign's buried.
The sign's on the door on your way out. It's above the door.
He actually
even
looks
see
around.
it
He has
from
to
the
move
outside.
stuff to find it and hang. Then he pulls it out and hangs it on the wall. No bargaining. Attitude upon request. Half cost up front. Half upon delivery.
I love it.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
He said no bargaining. No wonder he just dropped a sack of gold in my hand and called it a day.
Here's what it's worth.
Okay.
And he's stuck with Kooky the entire time, as requested.
Attitude upon request.
Also, good sir, could you enchant my bow to make it more game, but more
Effective.
powerful,
Just
more effective.
Yeah, if you're just asking for a basic +1, then yeah, it would just be more powerful. Like,
Okay.
I can do that. But this is an important question. Which one am I doing first?
Him.
All right.
All right. So I hand over the 2,000, my share of the gold, my 2,000.
And your blade.
Yep.
What about you? Will you be leaving it here then? Will you be taking it with you?
When he returns, I'll be with him. But here's 1,000 gold.
Ah, reserving the time. Smart. Time tends to slip away if you don't keep a hold on it. All the grease.
Ooh.
What about you, little miss?
So I'm assuming you're kind of talking to me, and I'm like, well, um, I really like my father gave me this weapon here that I practice with all the time, and I just want to be able to feel a little more, I don't feel like I'm doing enough for the party, and then I'm gonna kind of let you decide as to what you want to put on it. So it's like GM discretion. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know much. I mean, as far as enchantments, would you say I know much about enchanting stuff?
Probably not, no.
Okay. So I would describe it, and I don't think that's something I'm entirely. I mean, I don't know if Druid are familiar. Are they really familiar with enchantment?
I mean, they can enchant things, depending. They tend to do it a little differently than other people, but
Yeah, I wouldn't say, and he's
not.
probably doing something entirely different from what I'm used to, or even can acknowledge.
You know. Well, here's the thing. So druids can enchant just like anyone else if they take the feats. However, their mechanics tend to be somewhat different. They also
Yeah.
don't tend to do it as often.
Interesting enough, as a Goliath druid, one of the class skills was not a profession. So trying to think how I would play this
Quick question for you: is your scythe masterwork?
no, that could be something that's important.
He goes, well.
That is very important.
First thing you're gonna have to do is upgrade your scythe.
Upgrade. What does that mean?
Nice big poking stick you got there, but it's not quite.
And then I show it to you, and I'm like, yeah, I really like
You can't
this.
really put it away. It was kind of leaning like over the back of the couch.
Yeah. I'm just like, I hold it in my hand generally, like one-handed for the most part, until I'm like ready to use it.
For a nominal fee, I can get it up to snuff.
And then I'm like, okay, how much is that gonna run me? So I'm like kind of jingling money in my hand and all that stuff.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Fumbling more like it.
Okay, it is a level 2 spell.
Pretty sure a druid can almost do masterwork too, which if I recall is actually a druid spell.
The spell to do it is, yeah, it's a druid spell.
Yeah, there's an actual spell. I saw that one time. I was like, oh, I didn't realize they could do that.
Yep.
I thought it was available to any 9th level caster.
9th. It's a 2nd level spell.
Yeah. Apparently a druid can do it at like 2nd level.
No,
yeah, no,
level
it's legitimately a 2nd level.
Bards,
I don't know.
clerics,
I
druid,
think
sorcerer, wizard, witch. So there are some that can't, but the normal full casters typically can. Summoner couldn't. I think they're the only
Yeah.
full caster that couldn't.
Well,
on
and
the
then
other
you get
hand,
to like Ranger.
Yeah.
Ranger.
so Harlan, no. Well,
So
Ranger
you
isn't a
could
full
do it.
spellcaster.
I definitely could.
Right.
So he can upgrade it to Masterwork for 350 gold.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
Which I think I just undersold, but whatever.
Is that strong? Is that
I mean, it'll be a bit stronger. It'll swing better. But what it does is it's prepping it to be properly enchanted.
ooh? Oh, I want it to have. Ah, I really like fire. Ooh, can I have flames on it too?
Oh, certainly.
I mean, you can
That-
tell me no. You could literally tell me no. Right here.
I can.
Ooh,
We
you can
give it
put
flames
flames
as
on this?
well.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That'll be more. It'll be another 2,000.
Question. It won't like hurt me though, will it?
No,
I
not
would-
while you're holding it.
Okay, that's. I was just concerned that maybe if I accidentally like got too close to the fire, it would hurt me.
No.
So I'm like forking. I'm ready to fork over some gold to make my weapon master work and
Now, realize
Um,
all this enchanting takes time.
some type of like flammable object. That's okay. I have a handy dagger.
Always carry a spare. Or 16.
Yeah.
He turns and gives this big, obvious wink at Kaji.
Do you have a weapon I could use in the meantime while you work on that?
Why is he winking at me? I missed something.
I forgot what. Because I remember something happened too.
He said always carry a spare. Or 16 when she was talking about having a dagger.
Because he commented, "Always good to keep a spare on you," or 6.
Oh,
And then
Oh.
yeah,
I have my code of mini daggers.
All right. Was not expecting
Sir,
to spend
I
a
don't think
whole
that-
session in town.
Do you have another weapon I could use in the meantime?
I'd toss you a dagger.
You tossed me a dagger. So now I have 2 daggers. I'm like literally like I'm not gonna dual wield though. Like I know that I'm not capable of that because I know I would be taking heavy
Oh,
penalties.
you're
so I'm
capable.
like holding. It would be bad though.
Toss her a specific dagger or
Nope,
Just a-
one of my spares.
okay.
And I'm
Alright.
like, thanks, Scott. It's like a dagger simple, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
just a basic
just a
dagger.
simple dagger.
It's not the Demarian
That's
dagger. Or
that's
anything.
perfect. I love it. Well, at least I have something now. Thanks, Kaji.
I'm here to help.
Also, you can hold on to it till I'm ready to start. You don't have to leave it here now.
Okay. So when do you
Plus-
think you'll be ready to start?
Well, I have his, and then I have his, and then I'll do yours. Unless you're all in a hurry. I can do them faster, but
Okay,
is there any way?
Is there any way you could just let me know when you have it ready to do my weapon too?
Why don't you come back to drop it off when he picks his up?
Okay, I'll do that. So I end up just go ahead and I grab my scythe and I equip it again.
Okay.
All right.
It's not a video game. You didn't unequip it. You can't. You can't like
Well,
sheath it.
No, I grab it. I physically grab it
He's like, do you
again,
want
and
the
I'm like,
basic upgrade right now? I can do that instantly. Want it, don't you?
You
He's
broke
drumming.
up.
He's
really-
drumming his fingers together and smiling very creepily.
he said,
You broke up.
oh, he
really
said,
bad,
you
Jack.
could do the masterwork right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh! And he's jumping and he's like all giddy and excited. He's like, come with me.
So I begin to follow Nesbuff
Puff.
Puff. Nespuff.
Yep. And he takes you back into another room, and there's a ritual circle.
Oh.
And he's like, here, lay it in here.
So I lay it down.
He hands you a small
Okay.
silver chalice and a silver dagger. I will
Okay. And I'm like holding it in both hands.
I will need 3 drops of blood.
From who?
You. It's
My
yours,
ears are
isn't it?
flat against my head, and I'm just looking.
Yeah, and I'm like over
No.
here, like I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to poke myself
As you
lightly.
start, he goes, only 3, no more.
Okay, so I'm like, sure, he's like watching me do it, like, and I'm like, and I try to do like a
This
minute.
screams bad.
Do I need to do like any type of check of any sort to make sure I don't?
I feel like you should, but I'm not sure. Give me a dex check.
I was about to say something that's like shows like some type of finesse of some sort. Or
Yeah.
okay. Well, my dex check was a.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
Uh-oh.
What was it? 2?
It is so. It's the 10.
A 10?
A 10.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 7.
so you end up with 4, maybe 5 drops into the chalice. You're not sure.
Oh well.
Like, how big exactly is a drop? Because you cut and it started to flow rather than dripping.
You're like, oh shit.
You have 1 point of damage.
Okay, my 1 point of damage.
Ah! Yes.
I lean over and whisper to poor Mag. I don't like how this is going.
He takes a small paintbrush and he sprinkles in some silver dust into the chalice and mixes it together with the brush, and then he's painting runes along the handle of the staff and up onto the blade. And he begins to chant, and it's like the whole room goes dark. There's no light from the windows or the lanterns. All you see is the glowing circle and him standing there chanting. There is a peal of thunder. He's like, all done!
I'm like, and then
I feel like you just made a pact with an unknown entity.
it almost feels like it too. So I look.
Just snickering. I feel
Genevieve.
like he's a very good showman.
Genevieve. You have been standing outside waiting for the rest of your
Genevieve?
group for an hour.
Josh,
Yes.
Jenny.
How long are you going to wait outside for him?
Should have sounded much more imposing when it was all in one breath. How long has it been?
An hour.
Thought I heard him say hours.
Hour, singular.
As I
Okay,
say.
hour.
Yeah, I heard hour, but I couldn't tell if it was hours or not. Uh, in about half an hour, I think I would have wandered off.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna see if I can find somebody to make an item for me.
What are you looking for?
Some kind of metalsmith.
You don't even go with anyone. You just said bye bye.
You're
Maybe
all
a
in there
blacksmith.
still. She went off by herself. She got offended and left.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you find a smith. Like, afternoon, ma'am? Can I help you?
You ever heard of? I've read about this metal that like has a reverberation to it. It's very harmonious. The elves originated it, but I don't know if anyone outside of there is practicing it.
Well, I assume you're not talking about brass for a bell. It's a specific rare metal, I'm guessing you're referring to?
Yeah, they called it singing steel, I think.
Well, I'm afraid I've never worked with it. I would suggest speaking with somebody with the Velkum Trading Consortium. At a guess, if you'd need to, if it's Elvish, you're going to need to
That
import it from Damar or Athon.
yeah,
Since Falcoon gone.
Could still be called the Velkum Trading Associate.
that's that's what I was thinking. I just figured. While I was in
Well,
town, I check around, but yeah.
sorry I couldn't help you, ma'am. I could certainly use the custom, but unfortunately I don't deal in such rare metals. I could. I mean, if you had any ore or whatever, I'd be happy to give it a try for you. But
Not a problem.
good luck. By the way, it is well
Yep.
afternoon by this point. You are getting hungry. Meanwhile, you all come out from having whatever that was going on, and Genevieve isn't there.
Uh-oh. Well, I know I always get overly concerned. Genevieve was like my guide, but she didn't tell me anything, so
You're not sure
She
where she wandered off to in
probably
the last 10
was.
minutes.
Nope. She seemed pretty upset with the shopkeeper's comment. Maybe she just went back to the hotel,
probably.
or maybe she went to go look for something for herself. Who knows?
Well, same thing. Said to her, it is later in the afternoon. You realized none of you have had lunch. Go back to your place.
I don't know
eat?
about
Do you...
y'all, but I'm starving.
I mean, might as well.
Well, Kaji, you know of a real good restaurant nearby.
I do.
Kind of
I
expensive.
know the owner
but...
pretty well too.
It's up to you guys. I was not expecting this part. I really thought you'd get out of town today.
That's what happens when you assume things.
Yeah, I gotta stop overestimating you. So you guys, you get something to eat. Eventually, you go back to Elf Song Harp. Genevieve, did you go back there? Still out doing other stuff.
Nah, I went out for a drink.
Okay. Gonna stay out a while.
Yeah, I'll wander over to Narshim at some point.
So you're shown in to see him. Like, Miss Goodwin. Pleasure, but what brings you here alone?
Hello. Well, while we have some time to catch our breath, the rest of the group is acquiring things that they need, and the one thing I really need right now isn't in town. So I was wondering if you might be able to help me.
Certainly. Part of our agreement is that I will do what I can to acquire materials or items from beyond the local environs through my connections. What exactly is it you are looking for?
It's elven metal they call singing steel. I was hoping to have something made out of it.
Okay. Let me see if he's familiar with it.
I have a question.
Shoot.
With power attacking, if you're attacking with a two-handed weapon, is that increased by 50%?
Yes.
Okay, I need to make sure I remind myself to do that.
He's like, well, it's not something we normally trade in, but I do have contacts in a thon. They have the best smiths on the continent. I assume you just want the item made. You're not looking to craft it yourself, correct?
No, I don't. I don't have that skill set.
I have been surprised before, and I will be again, no doubt.
Yep. No, I was hoping to have a rod of it made. Nothing too fancy, but it would be really nice if like at the head of it, it kind of like bowled out like a cup and had like a like a flask stopper at top, because I'd love to pour some alcohol in there as well.
He pulls out a bit of parchment, or actually, in this case, he pulls out actual paper. Does a quick sketch, and he shows you something like this. Out of game, I'm going to guess it's not exactly what you were after, so you make some changes, and so you're pretty well satisfied with it.
Yeah, it's we got to add some jewels around the rim and such, because it says it's gonna basically be a rod of my holy symbol.
Okay. Well,
Excuse me.
I can certainly order this for you, although it will not be cheap.
Um, well, I expected as much, and I'll lay out 3,000 gold. It's about what I can spare on it right now.
Well, that would certainly be enough for a basic commission. I will send a letter to my contacts immediately. If this is not enough, I will let you know, but I will cover the cost to have it produced, and then you can pay me back. Your group has proven to be most reliable, so I have no fear of taking a loss for this. Speaking of your
Alrighty.
reliability, appreciate if your party would come see me on the morrow as a group to discuss our next move.
Sure. I will let them know.
All right, so he copies
Yeah.
the drawing to pen instead of charcoal. It's a more precise. But inquires if there's anything else he can do for you, if that will be all.
Yep, that's it. I'll slink on back to my group.
Okay. So yeah, you all went back to the inn. She's not there. Although about 15 minutes after you arrive, she comes in.
Hello, Genevieve. Did you find what you were looking for?
I did. Did you all? Fuck. I thought you were going to start vacationing there.
Things got weird. I'd prefer not to talk
Telling
about
you,
it.
the man was being a showman.
I don't know if that was an act or not.
Well, I guess settle in, and Narshim wants to see us tomorrow. So
Oh, you saw Narashim. That's nice.
yep.
All right.
Well, the only thing I need to go do is see my people, but Justin said you already went through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've already seen your people.
Yeah, as soon as you
Okay.
guys came out of the sewer, you split off, and you and Vaughn went back to the restaurant. Vaughn had a drink at the bar while you were talking.
Okay.
Figured you would take Vaughn since he's already been there.
Yeah.
Was it a good drink, Vaughn?
You know, it wasn't the best I've ever had,
Oh,
but for being, you know,
Remember, it wasn't the trippy fruit wine from the gnome village.
To be
he
fair,
did offer me something crazy, and I was like, no.
he did offer you more, but you just asked for an ale, so he gave you an ale. It was decent ale. It just
So at this point, we have disposed of pretty much everything we weren't hanging on to.
Yep.
So you still
And
have
So
when huh?
you have empty bottles, which honestly you could probably pitch, a merchant's scale, masterwork manacles, and 2 crowbars, as well as silver
we're
necklace.
keeping the manacles.
And then
Keeping the manacles, keeping the crowbars.
And then the
Yeah,
stuff you guys
I have one of the
picked
we have
crowbars.
manacles.
Yeah, you have a set of masterwork
That's funny.
manacles.
That's
One
funny.
One of the things you all picked up down
So
there.
You
And then
can
all the stuff
once
you
lock me
Genevieve
up
gets
picked up
throw
back,
from
away the
the
key.
sleeping dog.
I call everybody over and I hand everyone a pouch with
Okay, Justin, you broke up bad. What?
I said you still had the stuff that you picked up from the sleeping dog inn.
but that wasn't like value stuff. That was stuff we were going to use to try to investigate.
Kaji, did you double add the 500?
So
I did add it.
Okay, because I'd already added it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're right.
So
I'll roll that back.
once Genevieve walks in and we all get done talking to her, I have everybody come over because while I was sitting around waiting, I was divvying up the money. Oh, see, hold on. I divided it by 5 because that's how many people. I couldn't remember exactly how many people was in the party. So. Second, let's go back. Where? 23, 40. Divided by 6. Everyone gets 890 gold.
Does that include the coinage you guys picked up downstairs?
Correct. So it was 2350 plus 1850, 4200 plus 577.95 plus 3. Hold on. Yeah, 2350 plus
Right. I just, you've got it. You've got it.
1350 or 1360, but 1350 plus 577.95 plus 333. Yeah. Yeah, because I had divided it by 5 and it came out to 1100 a piece. So dividing it by 6 brought it down to 890 a piece. So
Alrighty. And we get our level.
Yeah. Thought there was going to be something else that happened, but we'll go ahead and stop there. Everybody can
no
go
level.
I mean, technically, yeah, not yet. You needed to do one more thing, and I really thought you guys were going to get
Yeah,
to
I
it.
did. That's what I figured. So.
All right.
I figured
Oh,
as soon
man.
as you said there was an enchanter, like half of us wanted enchantments.
Yeah, I get drawn off into little side things too, both as a player and as a GM. So I just wasn't expecting you guys to wander around the town
Alrighty.
for a whole session. I'm just as guilty.
Yeah,
so.
well.
All right. John, if you want to stick around, we'll do your little scene.
Okay.
Not really going to take
GG,
terribly long.
guys. Laters.
All right.
Okay.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Gators.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
Oh,
what
boy.
happened since you weren't here? Y'all got out of the sewer. Skiffley and Charlotte went to report to Narshim. Cormag and Genevieve went to report to the guardhouse, and you and Vaughn, because they still were worried about splitting off solo, went to go talk to Horace.
Right.
So you get to the restaurant. It is locked down. You use code knock to get them to let you in. You go inside, and while most people in there are associates, there are a few people who were literally just in there eating when the place went into lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
The you are led into a back room while Vaughn goes and sits at the bar. Boris is sitting there. It looks like he's going over scrolls. He's got a couple others he's making notes on. Not entirely sure what he's doing. Ah, Nkaji. See, you're still alive. But that means good news.
Just about. Almost wasn't. It was almost a meal.
Yes, you're looking a little rough around the fur there.
But we were successful. The scourge in the sewers is gone.
Good. Most pleased to
Although,
hear that.
well, I would be too, except it's unsettling how many bones we found down there.
No doubt. I've been trying to go through what records we keep to see who's missing. But even when I know that someone is missing, it doesn't tell me about them. I don't know what they did to anyway. We'll be recovering from this for a little while.
This entire city will be, if it recovers fully.
As
The
you should.
exact impact may not be known.
Perhaps, but this place has survived monster attacks before. While we lose people, as you're aware, stand.
So, that was at least now we can not worry about losing any more members to an unknown threat.
Yes. I just worry about losing them to a known threat.
No, but that's what we sign up for.
Perhaps. But if this is over, then we need to let those who remain get back to business. Quite a monetary loss. We work hard to recover.
Surely, coffers of our organization can take the hit, at least in the short term.
Oh, most certainly. But that doesn't mean I want them to.
Well, fair. We are thieves after all.
And one side of his mouth curls up into an evil grin.
Speaking of, what commission do you have for me next now that the immediate threat is dealt with?
Well, your party is not yet disbanded, so if you can, I believe you said you'd be going back to take a deal to the gnomes.
Indeed.
If you can arrange a trade agreement with them that does not violate the one Narshim will give you, that could be useful. But don't put your position there at risk. He's aware of your involvement with our organization, if not necessarily the depths of it. I don't want to force that confrontation just yet.
No, it's much better to make it seem much more benign than that.
Should anything else come up, I will certainly let you know, Kaji.
Absolutely.
But for now, good work, sleep well. Try not to get yourself killed in the morning.
I think I'm going to sleep better tonight knowing that that thing's gone.
So will I.
I do need some basic equipment, though.
You know where the market is, Kaji.
I do. I do know where the market is. Absolutely. I just didn't know if we had anything laying around, given our recent vacancies.
Kaji,
Yes.
how would I know?
That's fair.
Perhaps I'll have something in the future, but at the moment, still trying to take a head count. And to see if anyone's scampered off with some of our things in the confusion.
All right. Well, with that, I will take my leave until you call again.
Be careful, Kaji. Hopefully, this will be the worst we deal with for some time, but always keep your guard up. With that, he dismisses you and goes back to his work. All right.
Yeah.
Ready.
I do need to see if I can find a wayfinder and spring-loaded wrist sheet.
Okay. Well, you'll need to visit the black market at night for that.
Okay.
So we'll have to come back to that later.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the recording here.